Cheers, Mr. Speaker.
Order, Yegon, and your team. Ngong.
Mr. Speaker, members now are excited because they are not happy with the response the Deputy President has given them. Now they want to vote and go home. I know what they are doing. I know, but let's prosecute the matter. We have to respond to the issues he has brought to the House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, political parties are not equal to regional and ethnic, conglomerations that the Deputy President has been advocating for the last 2 years, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to give him a good example like ODM. ODM has sent the other day 6 experts under the broad-based government, Mr. Speaker. 6 experts. Where are those experts coming from? One is from the coast. Beatrice School is from Turkana. Oparanya is from Western. The Attorney General is from Kisumu. Mr. Speaker, when he's talking about 30% of Fort Kenya and 30% of ANC, he thinks those positions were given to lawyers as a community, Mr. Speaker. When Fort Kenya is a national party, those positions belong to members of Fort Kenya who are in Mombasa, who are in Migori, who are in Kakamega, who are in Bungoma, who are in Eldoret. Fort Kenya has membership in all the country, has membership, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, that ground is not, he cannot controvert that ground by saying that he was talking about the power sharing within Kenya Kwanza. No, he was talking about ethnic groups, Mr. Speaker. He said this government was formed by 2 ethnic groups, and that's how they are going to share power, Mr. Speaker. So that ground street, Mr. Speaker. He's a man, Mr. Speaker. He's a man who sits in every governance organ of this country, Mr. Speaker. All organs of government, all governing organs are also oversighted by committee of this House, Mr. Speaker. What happens, Mr. Speaker, in this country if every member of parliament goes out there castigating governing bodies and constitutionally created bodies of governance, Mr. Speaker? We are going to have anarchy in this country. Mr. Speaker, I am not convinced that he has answered in any way that question as to why he was castigating bodies like the NSIS and the oath of office at Kasarani, Mr. Speaker. The way he lectured us, the way he told us that they have inherited empty coffers, Mr. Speaker. There is no money in this country. The former regime has looted and gone with everything and goes ahead after 2 months to renovate his house, his official residence, with over 100 million, 45 million shillings, Mr. Speaker. Imetoka wapi, Mr. Speaker? Where has that money come from? Where has that money come from? He has not convinced us in any way how that money was spent, how those companies were paid, and on that account, Mr. Speaker, because of misuse of public resources, he is impeachable on that account also, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. When we gave ourselves the new constitution in 2010, we knew very well that we were coming from an era where we cannot impeach the president, we cannot impeach ministers, we cannot impeach the deputy president. Kenyans gave themselves the new constitution, and they put in there Article 150. Us, the people of the minority, the Azimio people, Mr. Speaker, we have lived like orphans in this country for the last 2 years. Why do I say so? Mr. Speaker, we are taxpayers. Some of the places that contribute to the highest taxes in this country are areas that are dominated by Azimio people. And then somebody comes here and tells me, you are not a shareholder, you're not going to get services, you're not going to get development. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Does the taxes that are paid by the Azimio people count for nothing, Mr. Speaker? And it is coming from the high office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is the time we are going to correct this thing so that it never happens again, so that we don't have another Deputy President who comes later. Because when we impeach this one, another one is going to be appointed. Let us not personalize offices. We don't have any ill will. We don't have any bad faith. We don't have anything that we are holding against the persona of Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, Mr. Speaker. We are dealing with the office of the Deputy President currently occupied by one Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, Mr. Speaker. The office holder. And let us not personalize. The office does not belong to him. does not belong to anybody. This is a constitutional office, and the Constitution has prescribed how to deal with you when you misbehave in that office, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, for Kenya to become cohesive, Rigathi must do what? Rigathi must? For Kenya to become cohesive.
Okay, give him 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker.
Give him 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I was telling members, for Kenya to unite, Rigathi must? For Kenya to prosper, Rigathi must? For Kenya to have unity, Rigathi must? For shareholding to end in Kenya, Rigathi must? For us to have a peaceful country, Rigathi must? Thank you very much. That is the mood, and that is what we are going to do.
Thank you, Kimani Ichung'wah.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. The Honorable Gachagua'S Mutuse, the member for Gachagua'S West, approached me with the impeachment motion. Honorable Speaker, I took some time not just to go through the grounds that he had stipulated for the impeachment of the Deputy President, but also to reflect on what Honorable Mutuse was asking me, not just as a member of parliament for Kikuyu and leader of majority party in this house to do, but also took time to reflect and ask the Almighty God to guide me and give me wisdom to do the right thing. Also just, more importantly, just to the people of Kenya who turned out in their numbers in 2022 to vote in a government that they believed would create cohesion and unity and offer them opportunities to excel and prosper as a people. Honorable Speaker, as I prayed for wisdom, I was also conscious that what is right is not always easy. And what is right is not always popular. And being a son of the mountain, representing people of the Mount Kenya region, Honorable Speaker, it was clear to me that what may be popular today may not be right. And that is why I asked God to give me the wisdom to do that what is right, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, having listened to Honorable Mutuse and all the grounds, and having looked at the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, and I would beg for us to look at Article 150 on the removal of a deputy president, the reasons as to why you may remove a deputy president from office. The first one is on the ground of physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of that office. We have no capacity to determine the physical and mental capacity of the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. But on impeachment as a second ground, the first ground is on the ground of a gross violation of a provision of this Constitution or any other law. The question that begs, I say not just as leader of majority, but as a member of parliament of Kikuyu constituency, and also as a son of the mountain, where I come from. That, Honorable Speaker, today, the community I come from is being depicted as a community that is entitled communities in our republic. We are a community that is known for our hard work and resilience, not for entitlement. We are a community that is peace-loving and that believes in the unity of one indivisible nation and Republic of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua does not believe in an indivisible country. He believes in parochial, selfish, regional, and sectarian interests. And for the oath of office that we all took, either with the Bible or with the Holy Quran, in our right hands, Honorable Speaker, that for a man who has grossly violated our Constitution, whether we will stand up today to be counted as protecting and defending this Constitution by sending home one Rigathi Gachagua, Honorable Speaker. I want to say I rise to the occasion today to do what is right and to reaffirm that oath that I took with the Bible in my right hand to obey, to defend, and to protect this Constitution that we all sought to defend. And I call upon all of you, honorable members, to defend this Constitution. Honorable members, for Kenyans around the country who document filed in court is Rigathi Gachagua, as a joint will executor, was also a beneficiary of the estate of his late brother. He was not only a joint will executor, he was also a beneficiary, and he was also a purchaser for value of the estate of his late brother. Olive Gardens is said to have been sold to one gentleman that many of us know, the Honorable Gishimu Githinji, the member for Gishugu, will tell you that the gentleman who is listed here as a purchaser for value for Olive Gardens, one Peterson Jomo Mushira, was a candidate in Gishugu constituency. He is a direct proxy of one Rigathi Geoffrey Gachagua. And Honorable Speaker, I must confess, and I am sorry to my friend Peterson because I know him. I just called him this afternoon when I saw this document of the deceased James Nderitu Gachagua. It is a rather ingenious way of trying to hide behind the estate of his late brother. And how shameful, Honorable Speaker, that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya would hide behind the veil of the estate of his late brother to disguise what is outright proceeds of crime, because he is a purchaser of this property, and that is why his two sons are listed as directors and shareholders of Vipingo Ridge, of Vipingo Beach Resort. But he was on national TV telling Kenyans, this is a property that belongs to the family, and we have decided to keep it. This is a House of Records, Honorable Speaker, and it is good we gave the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, honorable members. Save this country, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, because of time, I know there was alluding, Honorable Speaker, if you look at the time this company, Vipingo Beach Resort, was formed, it was founded on 5th August 2008. I would guess if Keith Gachagua is 31 years old today, at the time this company was registered, he was only 15 years old or 14 years old. He cannot have been listed as a director. His younger brother must have been 12 or 13. For heaven's sake, Deputy President, give some credit. Honorable Speaker, not to shares, but to an ideology, a shared ideology, not shareholding, as Rigathi Gachagua wants Kenyans to believe. Honorable Speaker, let me finish by saying, Honorable Speaker, that the mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is named after Kenya because it belongs to all the people of Kenya. We must end ethnic balkanization.
Give him another 2-3 minutes. Thank you. Order. Honorable members, order. The honorable mover has donated his time as follows. Charles Nguna, CNN, you'll start with 2 minutes. Omboko Milemba will follow with 3 minutes. Peter Kaluma will follow with 10 minutes, and then he himself 15 minutes. So CNN, Charles Nguna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me thank the Kenyans who just expressed their views during public participation on this matter, Mr. Speaker. And to add this, I keenly followed and listened to the Deputy President yesterday, His Excellency. And Mr. Speaker, based on all what is said, we saw a lot of differences, rifts, contradictions, divisions, which are totally eminent we are going to have in future, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is, and the motion today, it is for Rigathi to go, not for William Samoei Ruto. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Honorable Speaker, there's a question which makes me stand to speak on. And I want Kenyans and possibly the members who can listen to me to realize that one issue that has not been answered consistently is the question of chairs. Yesterday, I listened to the Deputy President, and today also. Whenever he's asked about shares, Honorable
Members,
Speaker...
can we reduce our levels of conversation?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Whenever he's asked about the issue of shares, he picks ANC party agreement and Ford Kenya party agreement. And instead of answering that question, he hides in it. Finally, Honorable Speaker, I'm now holding the reply by Honorable Gachagua, and on page...
Sleep with one Jematia and how he felt. We wanted to know, because we are not going to allow women to be used with derogatory language moving forward, Honorable Speaker. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are mothers. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are our sisters. It is not...
Time up. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Honorable members.
I thank you. Grounds. And Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether it is by act of omission or commission, or it is just the nature of some people. The Deputy President focused on those matters concerning property, money, integrity, procurement, forgetting the most $76,026 of Kenyans said the Deputy President should not be impeached, coming to 33.8% of those Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, 2,452 Kenyans said Kufa Makanga, Kufa Dereva, and those other things. And there are the others. And Honorable Speaker, in terms of our constituency, which is Homa Bay Town constituency, 1,080 Kenyans whom I represent said the Deputy President when the Kenyans were making this constitution, they identified the need for unity as one people, as one thing. And Honorable Speaker, people have said so many things about this constitution. But let me say today, before this House, Honorable Speaker, if this constitution has a spirit, then you can only find it in Article 10 of the Constitution.
at Article 10, sub-article Kamba, bring the drive and we will also consider it on the merit. Anurag was the first one to be shot there. Indeed. A son of our land, educated at Ubiero Primary School. Honorable Speaker, we have no problem holding the security apparatus of the nation, to account. But Honorable Speaker, we cannot have a situation where you talk that recklessly in public about our national intelligence service being dysfunctional. For a state which is permanently under terror, target, and attack. And by the way, in the Security Committee, each minute we are fighting terrorists. You cannot speak that way and come back and say it is normal. Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to the president when each time the president leaves the country, you are organizing rallies to incite ethnic animosity against your own government? Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to His Excellency the President when the president is having a press conference
I also want to thank Kenyans in their millions from all over the Republic, because in the course of this debate, Kenyans have been commending, Kenyans have been exercising their democratic right through public participation, through their right to odd opinions, and we have not witnessed a single incident of violence anywhere in the Republic. There had been vitisho that if you table an impeachment motion for a person of the magnitude of the deputy, I want to refer members to page 99 of his response. In the morning, I did tell members that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has acquired properties through corruption and through money laundering. And when he has come before this house, he has told you that the hotel that he acquired in Nyeri was acquired through a loan. However, the only document exhibited as evidence of that loan is a letter of offer from Credit Bank Limited. There is no evidence exhibited by Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, the current deputy president, to the effect that the loan was actually finalized, to the effect that he actually got the loan. Mr. Speaker, as a term of the letter of offer, in terms of lien and set-off, and I read, a lien and set-off of a fixed deposits that reflects the face of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua chose not to tell us that the coalition agreement also talked about the face of Kenya and not a company of some people to the exclusion of others. Clause 6 of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement provides for respect for constitutionalism. The articles of the Constitution that I stated. It provides for respect to the rule of law. It provides for respect to the national values and principles of government under Article 10. And it provides for respect to devolution. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua did not tell us that. Clause 22G of the coalition agreement among the Kenya Kwanza political parties provides that there will be adjustments that may be necessary to accommodate the development priorities of other parts. To be safe, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. And therefore, I urge members to find favor with my motion from clause 1 to clause 11. And as you vote to impeach Mr. Rigathi Gachagua. I thank you, Mr. Speaker,
I beg to move.
and I beg to move.
Thank you. Honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Brighton, take your seats. Today you are very mobile. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, Honorable Jeho, take your seat. Honorable members, we are coming to the end of this motion. And before I put the question, this is one motion where there is no voice vote. We'll go straight into division so that no ayes have it at the putting of the question. The House Business Committee yesterday deliberated on the manner of voting. And Standing Order 64 and 65, this House resolves to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Honorable Gachagua'S, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya on the following grounds. 1. Gross violation of Articles 10(2)(a) and B and C, 27(4), 73(1)(a), 2 and B, 75(1)(c), 129(2) of the Constitution, and Article 147(1) as read together with Article 131(2)(c) and D of the Constitution. 2. Gross violation of Articles 147(1) and 152(1) of the Constitution by undermining the President and the Cabinet. And as we do so, can the whips give a... Yes, Junet?
Mr. Speaker, I propose that only the whips should be allowed to go out of the chambers, Mr. Speaker. The rest should remain seated. Yeah. Only the whips should be allowed to go out, Mr. Speaker. The rest of the members can sit and hold their things on the. That's the rule.
Good evening. If you're just tuning in, the National Assembly has been debating the special motion by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse on the proposed removal by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. The Honorable Member in the special motion did advance 11 accusations against the Deputy President, and among them his gross violation of Articles 10, Subarticle 2A, B, and C, Article 27, Subarticle 4, Article 73, Subarticle 1A, Article 2B, Article 75, 1C, Article 129, Subarticle 2 of the Constitution, and Article 147, Subarticle 1, as read together with Article 131, Subarticle 2C and D of the Constitution, that the 2 and 3. Charge 6, that the Deputy President has persistently made inflammatory, reckless, insightful public utterances over the last 2 years in contravention of the law. Charge 7, that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes, namely conflict of interest, abuse of office, and conspiracy to commit crimes under sections by inexplicably amassing property estimated at 5.2 billion shillings, that is incompatible with his known legitimate income and by trading with the office of the Deputy President through proxies. Another charge is serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes by 32 of the Penal Code and Section 29 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. Charge 9, gross misconduct, that is into His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Intelligence Service and its officers. Charge 10, gross misconduct by openly or publicly insubordinating the President, who is the head of state and government. And Charge 11, gross misconduct by persistently bullying state and public officers. The Deputy President was some minutes after 5 p.m. given the opportunity by the National Assembly to defend himself against these 11 allegations that have been leveled in this special motion which the members of the National Assembly have been debating today. And Standing Order 65.
Honorable members, take your seats. Whips, you are satisfied your members are all in the house? Take your seats. Okay. You have 2 minutes. Members who are on their feet, take your seats. Thank you.
Standing Order 65 of the National Assembly provides for the procedure for removal of the Deputy President. And it says that where a member proposes the removal of the Deputy President on the grounds of physical or mental incapacity in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1A of the Constitution, Standing Order 63, which talks about procedure for removal of President on grounds of incapacity, shall, with necessary modifications, apply. You'll
have to do something about. Draw the bar. Take your seats. Honorable members, you may take your seats now. Honorable Dani Wanyama, take your seat. Honorable Minority Whip, take your seat. Honorable members, I have been given the following as whips, as tellers. For the ayes, the Honorable Zaire Janda, MP, and the Honorable Jared Okello, MP. For the nays, the Honorable Onesmus Ngogoyo and Honorable Jane Njeri. You may come forward and join the clerks at the table. Now the voting order, the voting will be as follows. Order. We will start by calling out the Honorable Samal, member for Isiolo. Is it West? Isiolo North. You all know Honorable Samal has a condition and he needs to be assisted. So the clerk and the tellers will go to where he is. The clerk and one on either side. Go and take Honorable Samal's vote. Once you are done, the constituencies are numbered alphabetically from A to Z. So we'll start with probably Ainamoi is normally the first, and we'll end up with the last. Pardon? Yes. Okay, Njoroge, take the vote of Honorable Samal, Honorable Kosge, and Honorable Wanyonyi. Then go alphabetically for everybody else. And when voting is going on, members, you must remain in your seats. You must remain silent. and let the process go on uninterrupted, the same way you have been orderly the whole day. Of course, I put the question, pardon? Yes? Toto has already indicated to the clerks that she will wait and vote like everybody else. So she's not in a special case. Is Mother Wangari also lactating? I didn't know that. Now, clerk, those who are supporting the motion are voting yes. Those who are not are voting no. The tellers are, as I've told you, for yes, Janda and Okello, for no's, Kasheri and Gogoyo. Clerk, over to you.
Voting starts now. Isiolo North, Lomwa Joseph Samal. Westlands, Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi. Nominated member, Jackson Kosgei Kipkemoi. Who will go there?
Members, when your name is called, don't repeat your name. Just vote yes or no. Okay, go ahead, Njoroge.
Ainab Koi, Samuel Chepkonga, Aina Moi, Benjamin Langat, Aldai, Marian Kitani, Alego Usonga, Samuel Atandi, Awendo, John Walter Owino, Bahati, Irene Joki, Balambala, Shurie Abdi Omar, Baringo County, Florence Jamatia, Baringo Central, Joshua Kandie, Baringo North, Joseph Maglap, Baringo South, Charles Cameron, Belgut, Nelson Koech, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bamachoge Borabu, Nolfason Obadia, Bamachoge Chache, Alpha Miruka Ondieki, Bomet County, Lynette Chepkorir Toto, Bomet Centro, Richard Cheriot Kilel, Bomet East, Richard Kipkemoi Yegon, Kuno Yakub Ado, Bureti, Kibet Kirui Komingoi, Busia County, Omanyo Kadri Nahambi, Omanyo Kadri Nahambi, Butere Nicholas Tindi Mwale, Butula Joseph Oyula, Buuri Muruidhania Chesumei Paul Biego, Chuka Iganga Ngombe Patrick Ntuega Munene, Dadab Farama Alim. Dagoretti North, Beatrice Elachi. Dagoretti South, John Kerry Waweru. Eldama Ravine, Musa Sirma. Eldas, Adan Kenan. Elgeyo Marakwet County, Ngerechei Jepto Caroline. Embakasi Central, Gadhiro Majadonk Benjamin. Embakasi East, Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi East, Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi North, James Gachagua'S. Embakasi South, Julius Mawade. Embakasi West, Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embakasi West, Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embu County, Double N Pamela Njoki. Mgwen. Njoki is? No. Njoki is no. Mgwen. Lelmegit Joseph Gipto. Emuhaya Omboko Milemba. Emura Dikir Johanna Ngeno. Endebes Robert Pukose. Fafi Yakub Farah. Galole Said Buya Hiribai Said Poster. Ganze Charo Kenneth Tungule. Garissa County, Udgon Amina Siad. Garissa Township, Major Deko Baro. Garsen, Ali Wario Guyo. Katanga, Wakili Mureu. Gatondo North, Kururia Njoroge. Gatondo South, Gabriel Gaduka Kagombe. Gem, Elisha Odhiambo. Gichugu, Robert Gichimu. Gilgil, Mother Wangari Wanje. Hamisi, Charles Gumini Gimose.
Pardon? Take the vote again. Order, Bensuda, utaitwa tena.
Homa Bay Town.
Order, members. Order.
Bonaya. Isiolo North. Sorry. Isiolo South. Bidu Tubi Mohammed. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Juja George Koimburi. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabondo Kasipul Ivo Bara. Kabuchai Kalasinga Joseph. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kachaliba Lote Titus, Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu, Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu, Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu, Kajiado County Lea Sankaire, Kajiado County Lea Sankaire, Kajiado Central Memusi Elijah, Kajiado East Kakuta Maimai, Kajiado North Onesmus Ngogoyo, Kajiado South Parashina Samuel Sakimba, Kajiado West Sunkuya George, Kakamega County Elsie Muhanda, Kaloleni Paul Katana, Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf, Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf, Kamukonji Hassan Yusuf, Kandara Chege Njuguna, Kandui John Makali, Kangema Peter Kihungi, Kagundo Fabian Chule,
Karachuonyo Okwome Andrew Adipo, Kasarani Karauri Ronald Kamwiko, Kasipul Were Charles Ongondo, Kathiani Mbui Robert, Keyo North Korir Adams Kipsanai, Keyo South Kipkoech Gideon Kimayo, Kericho Kemei Beatrice Chemweno, Keses Ruto Julius Kipleting, Keses Kuisero Wangaya Christopher Aseka, Kiamba Wanjiko John Jogona, Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua, Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua,
Kiambu Town. He's not here.
Kiambu Murada Ann Wajiko Mugo, Kibra Orero Peter Ochieng, Kibwezi Mbalu Jessica Nduku Kiko, Kibwezi West Mutuse Ekomas Mwengi, Kieni Wine